we are going to talk about the heavenly body or the celestial body which revolves around the sun. We are talking about, we are going to learn about the heavenly body or the celestial body which is revolving around the sun, around the sun in a fixed orbit. The celestial bodies are revolving in a fixed path is nothing as an orbit. What we are calling orbit. Orbit is a path to revolve the orbit, to revolve the planet in a particular position, in a particular path. Generally here, stars we already learn about that, which are the stars, what we may call about that. Examples for the stars also, we discussed that. Then planets means what we already discussed about natural satellites also. What is the mean of natural satellites and also artificial satellites. Then what is the mean of planets? What is the mean of planets? The heavenly body or the celestial body which revolve around the sun, which revolve around the sun. What I am saying to you, the heavenly body or the celestial body which revolves around the sun is nothing as what we can call planet. We can write before us we raise the question. What we can raise the question here? So the celestial bodies are heavenly bodies which are revolving around the any other celestial body or heavenly body. If any one of the celestial body revolving around the any other celestial body is nothing as satellite or natural satellite or moons we called. We can say here what are revolving around the sun, those all we can call satellites for the sun. But we are saying these are the generally planets. So now we are going to talk about the planets. What we are talking about? Planets. So we have to know about the planets are revolving around the sun. The planets are revolving around the sun. Generally, there is one scientist. There was one scientist, Ptolemy. There was one scientist, Ptolemy. Ptolemy explained how, like, he given a theory to whole of the universe, to whole of the world, as Earth is the center of the universe. Earth is the center of the universe, and also he said whole planet includes sun. Whole planet includes sun, also revolving around the Earth. According to Ptolemy, he said a theory. He explained a theory. He written a book on that. He given a theory conclusion. What he said, Earth is the center of the universe, center of our solar system. Whole planets are revolving around the Earth. And also he said, what are the seasons? There's everything forming by our Earth, he said. Okay. So by that, what he said means what Ptolemy said, that the whole world obey, that whole are obey that particular situation, that theory by the Ptolemy. Hundreds of years, what Ptolemy was said, that whole was believed as was what a center of the universe. Center of the universe. Then after a student of Ptolemy, Copernicus. Copernicus is a student of Ptolemy. He came, he raised a question in his brain. How, like, if Earth is the center of the universe, and also it is only giving light throughout the universe. If the Earth is giving light throughout the universe by the center of universe, but why we are getting day and night? Is it a raisable question or not? Yes. According to Ptolemy, what he said, we are the center of the universe. Earth is the center of the universe. It is only giving light throughout the universe. If we are, means our Earth is producing a light, then we should be always in day. we should be always in light. We should not get any dark. We should not get any night. Is it or not? So by that he was raised the question. Then he given conclusions with series by written a books. What Ptolemy said, it is wrong. It was failed by the Copernicus theory because he proved some by allegations with conclusions with series. What he proved, sun is the center of universe. Sun is the center of the universe. So it is only giving light throughout the universe. Sun only giving light throughout the universe. Understand? Means in our solar system, sun only unit center and it is only giving light. Our earth is revolving around the sun. Our earth is revolving around the sun. That's why we are getting day and night. We are getting day and night. After finishing every 12 hours by rotating of it in its own axis. When Earth rotating by revolving around the sun, it is getting day and night. At the same time, it is getting seasons. What you are getting? Seasons. Understand? So by that, according to Copernicus, nowadays also we are learning. But see here, who are explained about Ptolemy and Copernicus, they have utilized some of the equipment to look the sky by using telescopes or something, whatever. But the Indian scientist, Mr. Aryabhatta, the Indian scientist Aryabhatta, who discovered the value of zero, Mr. Aryabhatta, by the Mr. Aryabhatta. He only explained by imagination. He only explained through the universe by imagination. When there was no any equipment to look the sky, he was explained at the time before whole hour. First of all, to the scientist, he explained sun is the center of the universe. 9 planets are revolving around the sun. We are getting day and night, and seasons are changes on the earth due to the rotation and revolution of the earth around the sun. So he only before estimated, and what we are learning that was true by the Aryabhatta. That's why we given a name of first satellite launched by India by honor of Mr. Aryabhatta. Our first satellite launched is on the honor of Mr. Aryabhatta. What is the name of first satellite by India? Aryabhatta. Understand? This is the story to learn about the space and our universe. Then now there is a much possibilities we are learning about our solar system because of nowadays we are launching the spacecraft. Nowadays we are launching the satellites. We are able to move from one planet to another planet by using our talent, by using our knowledge. Understand? Then let me talk about step by step our planet means in our solar system. How many are there in our solar system? We don't know. Means in our solar system, in our universe. How many planets are there? How many asteroids? How many stars? What are there in our universe? We can't. Up to now, what we know, that only we are learning. Still, it is going to learn. It is not end. There is no end to learn space because space is endless. Space is endless. Understand? That's why what I'm saying to you, we must learn about that. Coming to that planet, see here, there are 9 planets generally, but now we are learning about 8 planets because from a particular date onwards, we are stopped to learn about Pluto, a lost planet, 9th planet. Understand? Let's see here the first planet from the sun. The sun is the center of universe, and planets are the star. And planet, what is that? First planet is a Mercury. What I'm saying to you, Mercury. And second is a Venus. And third one is a, what I'm saying to you, Earth. And fourth thing is a Mars. What I'm saying to you, fourth thing is a Mars. And next Jupiter. Jupiter. And coming to that next Saturn. What is that? Saturn. And seventh thing is we are going to learn Uranus. Uranus. And eighth thing is Neptune. And ninth thing, we are not learning, but we can learn, not a problem. Pluto is the ninth planet. That we'll learn after, not a problem. But why we stopped, that also we'll discuss to learn. Okay, these are the planets from the in our solar system. What are those planets in our solar system? See here, the whole planets are revolving around the sun. Whole planets are revolving around the sun. Understand? The whole planets are revolving around the sun. What I'm saying to you, all planets are, is it visible at last what I'm writing to you? All planets are revolve around the sun. Around the sun. See here, carefully you can write if you need. Okay. How like our solar system? So imagine this is the sun, and then after which is near to that Mercury, next Venus, next what I'm saying to Earth, next I'm going to say Mars, I'm going to say Jupiter, then Saturn, okay, and Neptune, Uranus, Neptune. Is it visible? I think so, not visible to you. Okay. Uranus, Neptune. Means what I'm saying to you, these are in the circular shape, means not in circular exactly. These are in what elliptical orbit. What are those? Elliptical orbit. Means it is in the shape of egg shape. So those are revolving in a fixed path around the sun is nothing as orbit. The planets are in the large size, huge bodies, that large celestial bodies are revolving around the sun in a fixed path is nothing as an orbit. The planets were revolving around the sun, that nothing as what we can call that orbit. Understand? So by that we can talk about generally our solar system. Before us we learn what is the drawing of solar system. We will make a complete drawing for you after learning by step each and every planet in our solar system. Understand? Let's talk about first sun. Let's talk about first what ma? Sun. Okay? Coming to that, let's talk about sun. Okay, do you want to write? Then write. Then coming to that, let's talk about sun. Yeah. Now I'm going to talk about sun. The sun. What I am talking about, the sun. We know well about the sun, is it or not? It is very excitement to see, but while you are looking towards the sun, it is uncomfortable to see the sun because of it producing high intensity of the light and heat. Okay, coming to that, what we may learn about sun. The sun is the nearest star as the sun is a nearest star to us. Why I said sun is a star? Why I said sun is a star? Explanation. What I'm saying to you, why we call the sun is a star? Why we call sun is a star? Sun is a star. Why we called? Because of, so star means what? The body which produces light by themselves. The body which produces light by themselves is nothing as a star, or we can call it is a luminous body or illuminating body, which produces light by own, those we can call what? Star or luminous body. That's why sun is a star, is the nearest to us. Means it is a star nearest to the earth. Sun is a star nearest to the earth. Why? Because I'm saying sun is a star. Sun produces light by itself. Means by its own. Understand? So next we'll talk about what you can see here. It is continuously. What I'm saying to you, continuously emitting huge amount of heat and light, but it can produce sound also. Why? Because already we know about that sound can travel through only medium. It cannot travel through the vacuum. Where there is no medium, it cannot travel. So sun can produce continuously water. Emitting means producing, means giving out, producing or releasing the huge amount of heat and light. Okay, why? Because it is giving heat and light because of due to the collision of a the collision between the nuclear atoms, on the surface of the sun. There is a continuous reaction between nuclear, means there is a continuous action going, nuclear fission on the sun surface. Nuclear reaction is taking on the surface of the sun. That's why what happened, it produces continuously heat and light. So why it produces? Because of the reaction between hydrogen and helium molecules. By that each and one molecule can produce one dangerous explosive atom bomb. Such a number of molecules are colliding, hitting continuously on the surface of the sun. By that we are getting heat and light. Then after one more we can talk about the sun is the source of almost what I written that is visible to you. Yeah, almost what I'm saying to you, all energy on the earth, all energy on the earth. On the earth. So what I'm saying, the sun is the source of almost all energy on the earth. See, sun giving light and heat. Light and heat, is it or not? So by light and heat, we can convert the light energy into mechanical energy, heat energy, electrical energy. Because from the solar energy, we can make electrical energy. By heat, we can make solar cookers. See here, we can make it is form of energy. It is a form of energy. Most of the sunlight giving energy on the surface of the earth. Surface of the earth. And coming to that, what I'm saying, in fact, the sun is the main source of heat and light. What I'm saying to you, in fact, the sun is the main source of what I'm saying to you, heat and light for all planets. Heat and light for all planets. All planets. What I'm saying to you, of our solar system. Of our solar system. See carefully what I am saying to you. Sun is the nearest star to the earth. It's the brightest star. And why star I said to you? It is continuously emitting huge amount of heat and light. Why? Because already we discussed about that due to the nuclear reactions on the surface of the sun. Nuclear reactions on the surface of the sun. It is always in the color of reddish and orange, but yellowish and red. Because it produces continuously light and heat. Continuously light and heat. Understand? Why? Because due to the nuclear reaction between the nuclear atoms, the reaction between hydrogen and helium by collision each and every second, it produces what a high amount of heat and light. Because of by each and one molecule collision, we can produce an atom bomb from the nuclear reactors. Such a like number of molecules we can't count on the surface of the sun. Such a many molecules are colliding continuously each and every second. So by that it emits huge amount of heat and light. The sun is the source of almost all energy on the earth. What I'm saying to you, the sun is the source of almost all energy on the earth because the sun delivers huge amount of light and heat. By that, we are getting light energy, heat energy. We are producing electrical energy from the solar energy, solar light. We are getting heat energy from the solar heat, solar light. Okay, we are using for mechanical purpose. We can heat any substances. We can use for whatever what we need in our surrounding, means on the surface of earth. Means we are utilizing the energy from the solar sunlight. So in fact, what I'm saying, the sun is the main source of heat and light for all planets of our solar system. Okay, this is information about a general information about sun. If you need to you can continue to write. You can continue to write. Then go. Right then, what we need. What we learn about sun. What we learn about sun. See carefully what we learn clearly about that, whether we'll learn or not those. Sun has a perfect nearly what we can say, perfect sphere of hot plasma. What we can, perfect hot plasma. Sun has a perfect hot plasma. That's why it is producing what we can high temperature. High temperature. Okay, did you know that about sun? Some more you can write if you need. What you can write? You can finish that. Diameter of the sun. Then diameter of the sun is 1 lakh, means 1,390,000 kilometers. Diameter of the sun is 1,390,000 meters. Means what we can write, this is now general language. See here 139030, then 13,90,000 kilometers. 13,90,000 kilometers. And mass of the sun is 1.989 into 10 to the power of 30 kilograms. Mass of the sun is 1.989 into 10 to the power of 30 kilograms. Temperature on the surface. Temperature on the surface. Okay, temperature on the surface of the sun. Temperature on the surface of the sun. On the surface of the sun is, no doubt it is better to you, 5,800 Kelvin. 5,800 Kelvin on the surface. And then at core, means inside, temperature at inside means core, inside the sun is, see there, 15,600,000 Kelvin. Or you can say 15,600,000 Kelvin at inner core. At the inner core. That much temperature is present on that. And it consists of 70% hydrogen and 28% helium. What are present in that? See here, 72% hydrogen molecule and 28% helium molecule. They are continuously colliding on the surface of the sun. They are continuously colliding on the surface of the sun. By that we are getting what, ma? We are getting heat and light. We are getting heat and light. See that how much temperature is present on the surface of sun. On the surface of sun, 5,800 Kelvin. Imagine 5,800 Kelvin temperature means on the surface how much. Generally we know well about how to convert the unit. How to convert the unit. See here what we can say. Upper fixed point minus lower fixed point by number of divisions. So by that rule, what we can write, upper fixed point for Kelvin is what we are upper that we have right same as, and lower is a 273 by number of divisions are 100, and degree Celsius we are finding the degree Celsius minus 0 by 100. So by that 100 cancel. So degree Celsius is equal to Kelvin minus 273. So degree Celsius is equal to given temperature on the surface of the sun 5800 minus 273 means 5800 minus 273 takes borrowing from there 7 2 and here so 5 5. So on the surface how much mass 5527 degrees Celsius means 5527 degrees Celsius on the surface of the sun. Recently, NASA was launched a satellite by a spacecraft. NASA, it belongs to the America, US. Yeah. Okay, there was launched a satellite to the sun surface. The satellite can bear the temperature up to 3000 degrees Celsius. The satellite can bear the temperature, means it can hold the temperature up to 3000 degrees Celsius to study about the sun, what are present on the surface of the sun. What are the present on the surface of the sun. Due to that, NASA was launched what a satellite. NASA was launched a satellite from the Mars Science Laboratory. Of course, NASA was launched. NASA stands what we can hear National Aeronautic and Space Administration. National National Aeronautic National Aeronautic what I'm saying to you, National Aeronautic Space and Administration. National Aeronautic Space and Administration. It belongs to US, United States of America, USA, United States of America. And we have a ISRO, Indian Space Research and Organization. Indian Space Research and Organization. Okay. See, this is the general information about sun. What is the temperature on the surface and the temperature at inside? How much is the imagine? How much is there? See, by writing that, see how much it will be. Once remember. So 1 crore 56 lakh, 1 crore 56 lakh Kelvin temperature at center of the sun. Imagine. So how any element can make a smash, not like smash, completely evaporate in that inside. It's never not like I'm talking to the liquid state to convert from solid. It may evaporate on that particular temperature. It may evaporate. We can't get at that particular temperature. In that particular only on the surface only, it is difficult to stay. Okay, that's why. Okay, what I'm saying to you. So diameter, temperature on surface of the sun, temperature at inside the sun, and what are present on the sun surface. 72% of hydrogen molecule and 28% of helium molecule. They are reacting continuously. They are reacting continuously on the surface of the sun. By that we are getting light and heat. Okay, this is about sun. What we know in our general life, how we are looking to our sun by that information. Then coming to that, we learn about planets. What we learn about a small information about whole planet. Then after we learn about each and every planet. We learn about each and every planet. Coming to that, I understand what about sun. Let me talk about planet the planet look like a star. The planet look like a star. What I'm saying to you, the planet look like a star, but planets are not a star. What you can say, but planets do not give light, by themselves or by their own. By their own. See, it looks like a star. What we are calling, those are also heavenly bodies. But what I'm saying, they are not giving light by their own. Then we can't call as a star to the planet. Is it or not? Okay, these are revolving around the sun. Planets are revolving around the sun. A planet has a definite shape. What you can say here, see, they may reflect the light from the sun. Means they will reflect the light from the sun. When light falls on the each and every planet, they may rebound to back with some amount of light by absorbing. See here what I'm saying. The planets look like a stars, but we can't say they are stars because of they are unable to produce or emit the light by their own. And why we call those, because of why it is look like a star, why you call like look like a star, because of it is giving light by not their own. It is reflect the light when sunlight falls on their bodies on the surface of the planet. How do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I said it look like a star, not a star. We are not confirming. We are not confirming to that it is a star, but it looks are generated by when sunlight falls on their surfaces. So a planet has a definite path in which it revolves around the sun. What I'm saying to you, a planet has a definite path, definite path to revolve around the sun. That path we are calling as orbit. That path, what we are calling, the path is nothing as, the path is known as orbit. The planets which are revolving around the sun in the particular path, those paths we are calling as a orbit. What we are calling orbit. So each planet takes a time to finish one complete revolution, that we are calling as a period of revolution. The time taken by planet, what I'm saying to you, the time taken by the planet, to complete one revolution. What I'm saying to you, revolution around the sun is known as period of revolution. Period of revolution. The time taken by the planet to complete one revolution around the sun is known what we are calling period of revolution. The time, how much is taken by each and every planet to finish one complete revolution around the sun, those we are calling period of revolution. And one more, there is a period of rotation. The time taken by planet to complete one rotation is called, what I'm saying to you, the time taken by planet to complete to complete one rotation is known as period of rotation. Period of rotation. Rotation means the body which rotates in or revolves in its own axis. Which revolves in its own axis. Understand? Revolution means the body which revolve around the other body. Understand? And one more we have to talk about planet. A heavenly body which revolve around the planet. A heavenly body which revolves around a planet. Those heavenly bodies we can call as a natural satellite or satellite. Okay, here we can talk about two type of different things. One is a natural satellite and one is the artificial satellite. Both are revolving around the planet. That's why we are calling satellites. Okay, natural satellites we are calling as the moon. What you are calling? Moon. One thing we have to remember, the celestial bodies, what I'm calling these celestial bodies are heavenly bodies. The celestial bodies are heavenly bodies which are revolve around the planet. The celestial bodies are heavenly bodies which are revolving around the planet is nothing as natural satellites for the moon. Natural satellite for the moon. Okay, see here what I'm saying. The planets look like a stars, but planets do not give light by their own. So we can't say the stars. The planet has a definite path to revolve around the sun. So where the planets are revolving a particular path or fixed path in a elliptical like X shape, those we can call as orbit. The time taken by the planets to complete one revolution around the sun is what more? Period of revolution. The time taken by the planets to complete one rotation is known as period of rotation. Period of rotation. Then note down that. Then after again we will write up two more points about planets, about natural satellites and satellites. Natural satellites and satellites. Okay, what I'm saying to the next, the heavenly bodies are celestial bodies. What I'm saying to you, the heavenly bodies are celestial. See there written that any celestial body revolve around the earth, around the planet is known as natural satellite. What we are calling natural satellite. So those we are calling those natural satellites are calling moons of planets. What we can say? Moons of planets. Any celestial body revolve around the planet is known as natural satellite. Those natural satellites we can call what about? What we written here? Okay, calling moons of planets. Moons of planets means the bodies which are revolving around the planet, those we can call natural satellites, and some more satellites are revolving around the planet. Those are artificial planets, man-made satellites or artificial satellites. They are launching to study about the space and geographical structure and what we can structure of three-dimensional class for the planet and any elements present on water source or living ability. Such as those they may research on that particular planet by launching the satellites. Those we are calling artificial satellites or man-made satellites. Those also can revolve around the planet. Okay, but some of fixed celestial bodies are revolving around the planet. Those we called natural satellites, or otherwise we called about what ma? Moon. What we called about moon. Okay, are you clear about that? Then next we'll talk about individual planets. What are their planets? How many is there? Generally we are learning 8, but there was a 9 planet. There was a 9 planets. But we are right now we are not learning about the 9th planet, but we can learn, not a problem. Then why we did not learn? Why you stopped the learn? That also we learn that. Okay, why you stopped to learn? What are the causes? What are the main reasons to stop the learning of 9th planet? Why you are learning only about 8 planets? Okay, in that what we may call what are the specific features for the planets? We'll learn about individual planets, about what is that first planet from the sun, Mercury, and second, Venus, and third, what is our planet, our nativity, which is that Earth. And then after Mars, next Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, Neptune. Then after 9th planet is a Pluto. What is that? Pluto. Okay, we learn about step by step about each and every planet in the next class. Okay, and keep learning what we are going to finish. And remember your examination syllabus to learn yourself. Okay, see you in the next class. Have a good day to you.